Most women end up with a routine like this: a deodorant in the morning, a body spray in the afternoon, a perfume before going out, and underneath all of it, a quiet uncertainty that none of it is quite enough. The more products, the more dependence. The more you cover, the more it feels like there's something that needs covering. Japanese women, on the whole, have never entered that loop. Where we learn to layer, they learn to remove. Where we reach for a product, they quietly remove the conditions that make that product feel necessary in the first place. And the difference comes down to 5 specific habits. Habits so ordinary they're almost invisible. Nothing expensive, nothing complicated, nothing that takes more than a few minutes of an ordinary day. The 5th one is the one nobody expects. It's sitting in a kitchen drawer right now in millions of Japanese homes, doing something so quiet and so effective that most of the Western world has simply never thought to reach for it. Stay with it, because by the end of this, you'll understand why Japanese women don't need to cover anything up. One quick thing before we get into those 5 habits. If this is the kind of thing you're into, go ahead and hit subscribe now so you don't miss what's coming next. Now let's get into it, one habit at a time. The first one lives at the end of every Japanese day. In most homes across Japan, the evening bath, called Ofuro, is not a quick rinse before bed. It is a 2-step ritual, and the sequence matters more than most people realize. First, you wash. Soap, careful scrubbing, a complete rinse until the water runs clear. Only then do you lower yourself into the warm bath water, not to clean, but to rest. The heat opens your pores and draws out what a fast shower simply doesn't reach: the dried sebum, the dead skin cells, the microscopic residue that bacteria feed on through the night. Remove that material, and those bacteria have almost nothing to work with. The ofuro also dissolves something harder to name: the accumulated weight of a full day, everything the body absorbed outdoors. It all loosens in that warm water and goes. No spray can replicate what that kind of cleansing removes. The shift. Tonight, wash first, then rest in the water. But the ofuro only clears what's already on the surface. What happens next starts somewhere the bathwater can't reach. Somewhere between the tea kettle and the miso pot, a different kind of clean is already underway. One you'll never see, and one no bath could ever touch. Here's the truth most people don't consider. Body odor doesn't only live on the skin. A significant portion of it begins in the gut, in what you eat, in how your body processes it, in the quiet balance of microorganisms living inside you. Green tea, Ocha, is drunk every day, often multiple times. The catechins it contains have been linked in research to reduce levels of odor-producing compounds in the body. Miso soup, natto, and fermented vegetables like tsukemono nourish a healthy gut microbiome, and a balanced microbiome produces fewer of the byproducts that become strong body odor. You are not only what you eat. In part, you are also how you smell. A quieter diet makes a quieter body. The shift. Start just one of these things this week. Not everything you carry lives inside you, though. Some of it is hanging on a line right now, just waiting for the sun to do its work. Walk down almost any residential street in Japan, and you'll see it before you understand it. Sheets and shirts draped over balcony rails, doing nothing but sitting in the light. UV radiation is a natural disinfectant. It kills the bacteria that survive a standard washing machine cycle, specifically the bacteria responsible for that faint, sour smell that fabric develops over time, the smell that no fabric softener quite removes because softener only covers it. Clothes dried in open sun smell like nothing at all, and nothing, clean, neutral, entirely odorless, is more elegant than anything you could spray on. The Mottainai principle at work: use what the sky gives you freely before reaching for something to buy. The shift. The next load of laundry: hang it where the sun can find it. Sunlight can only reach what's on the outside, though. The next habit goes somewhere no amount of drying ever could. Let's be honest about this one. It was never going to be glamorous. And that's exactly why most people skip past it. More than 80% of Japanese homes have a washlet, a bidet-style toilet seat that cleans with warm water. The primary source of persistent body odor is incomplete hygiene in the areas of the body most prone to bacterial activity, and a washlet addresses that directly, completely, without fragrance, every single time. No spray, no deodorant, no product reaches what proper cleansing at the source removes. That is the shift, and it quietly reframes everything you thought you needed to buy. This is the one we promised you at the start, and it isn't something you add, it's something you simply keep close and let it quietly do the rest. It matters because it reveals something about how Japanese women think about freshness, not as something you add, but as something you protect. In Japanese kitchens, shoe cupboards, and closets, you find a small dark stick of charcoal. It has no scent, it makes no sound, it does nothing you can see. It is called Binchotan, white charcoal made from Japanese ubame oak, used in Japan for centuries. Under a microscope, its surface looks like a honeycomb, millions of extraordinarily fine pores covering every centimeter of its structure. Those pores absorb. From water, they pull chlorine and trace minerals that affect the way you taste and eventually smell. From air, they pull the moisture and bacterial byproducts that accumulate in fabric and shoes over time, the compounds that become odor, slowly and invisibly, in the spaces where you store the things that touch your body. Binchotan doesn't add a scent, it removes a condition. Boil it every few months to refresh it, and it lasts for years. It is the quietest possible form of freshness, and the most honest, not something layered on, but something taken away. 5 habits, not one of them came from a bottle. And lined up side by side, that old morning routine starts to look like a lot of effort for very little payoff. Go back to that routine we opened with. The deodorant, the spray, the perfume, layered on just to feel sure. None of it shows up here. The Ofuro cleared the night's bacterial residue at the source. The diet quieted what the body builds from within. The sunlight took what the machine left behind. The washlet removed what even careful showering misses. And the Binchotan absorbed what lingered in the spaces around her, silently, without adding a single thing. None of these habits involve fragrance. All of them reduce the reason fragrance felt necessary in the first place. Which one are you starting with? Leave it in the comments below. We read every one. If this quiet, green Japanese way of living well sounds like your direction, Wabitara is where we collect these habits. And don't forget to subscribe. There's more here than just tips, and it only gets more interesting from here. Take care of what you already have. I'll see you in the next one.